music. Right. There it is. And we are live. We are live. Doughboy, go put a shirt on, man. You know I need to
Nah,
see
not
your
today,
face.
man.
No, yeah, just
We
keep the
need
camera
to
off, man. You'll be naked,
listen.
man.
There was only one person that pulled that missing camera. That was Miss Day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we
That's
need
all,
to see
yeah.
your face.
Why you gotta
Oh
bring up the
yeah.
past? Why you gotta bring up the
Hey.
past?
Oh yeah. So put on, put a shirt on, man. Put a hat on, put a bonnet on if you got to. Stop the
Don't
gap.
put, hey, don't put on the, do not put
Where
on
them
a
Not
bonnet.
fans
funny.
at?
Stop
Hey,
it. Don't,
please don't come with a fan.
hey,
Please do not.
Oh, where my fan
Oh,
stop. Don't
Mine's
do
Please
that.
right
do
here,
not.
True.
Oh my
Don't do
God.
it.
Don't do
Do
it.
not do that, please.
It is the 8 o'clock
look, you're
hour.
looking
We
the
do
wrong
have
way. Look. Hey, what was that? What was that TV show? When they looked at each other. What was that?
oh the
Hollywood Squares.
Hollywood
No,
Squares, yeah.
no. The white TV show.
Partridge
Hollywood
Family.
Squares.
Brady Bunch. The Brady Bunch.
The
Oh,
Brady
Brady
Bunch.
Bunch. Yeah.
This
There
is the
you go.
story
Brady Bunch.
Is
of a
the
lovely
story
lady.
of a lovely lady
Oh, he just
who is
blacking it up.
bringing up three very
There.
lovely girls.
Something like that.
Right.
One of
It
them
was
We
was
still don't know the whole
for
story.
them.
your mother.
Something. Exactly. There it
We
is.
don't
Busy,
we don't know the whole
busy.
story. We don't
What's
know the
up,
whole
busy?
story.
Good evening to you. Busy is in the building, man. Busy, not the LLC busy, but
Busy.
Busy B Rod is in the building. What up, bro? I see you.
Yeah.
Tonight's episode of Gentlemen After Dark. Gentlemen After Dark. Brought to you by Flavor Flames. Candles. Go ahead. Light them up. Right?
Light him up. Light him up.
That's my Memphis crush. Thank you for being here. As always, we appreciate you. Let's see here.
Mm.
Keep it going here, y'all. We're gonna keep it going. I gotta get rid of something here.
Hey.
Hold on. Comments. There we go. Sean Berry's in the building. Sean, thank you for being here, man. Always happy to see you. See your name at least on the screen. It'd be nice if we could have the faces of the people like be here too. That would be like DOPE, dope. But anywho, thank you for being here. She is here from the YouTube world. That's good to see everybody from the YouTube. Let me just share this story with you guys. For some of us, you probably have noticed I have increased my. Who is that? Doughboy, mute your mic.
Man, chewing chicken bone,
Man,
trying to get the marrow out of it. Don't ever call me country again after you over there getting the bone marrow out of it. Chicken bone.
He doing
he
something.
done sucked all
Dang
the
it.
good, the gustle, the gustle,
The grill, yeah,
Grustle,
the
the
grill.
yeah.
grizzle.
Nah,
Hey, there you go. There you go.
Okay, there you go, man. What you do? Had to break into the closet to get a shirt out?
No, I had to get my ring light together.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'd be sitting in the dark.
Anywho, so I was sharing this story. If you guys haven't noticed, especially from Gentlemen After Dark, my grown folk them, I have increased my productivity levels when it comes to the social media. I've been posting on a daily basis, multiple times. I'm really close to this monetization through Facebook. If you aren't familiar with your main page on Facebook, there's a blue button that says professional board or something like that, dashboard, professional dashboard. On that board, it gives you different challenges that they want you to accomplish for the week in order to become monetized. So I've been jumping through these hoops and going over these ladders and these obstacles, posting this, commenting, engaging with the people, da 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 da. So I am 98% complete for this week's activities. I'm missing a star. I need somebody to star one of my starable, and I did say starable post. And then I have to post
How to do it?
2 additional starable posts out of 5. I got 3 out of 5. So I'm working hard on that. You'll see at different times of my posts, you'll see the capability to give me a star. Don't ask me if that costs money because I don't know yet. I'm learning as I go, learning as I go. So shouts
Where you
out to
gonna
my.
where you
I'm
gonna see
sorry.
said star? Where's the star
Oh,
gonna be?
it's gonna be on one of my posts, like a real, right? A
I mean, I'm
real.
looking.
Okay.
I've been seeing
As
it. I just ain't paid attention to the star part,
Uh,
but
yeah,
it
I
is.
see
well,
it says send a gift. That thing with
oh, okay.
I'm
oh
try
sending
that
yeah,
it.
out.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh
Try
no.
that out.
Match with
Shooby
your
do
first purchase.
that part.
Stars.
Thank you, Sean. I'm working hard, man. I'm working hard. Maybe if I can get paid, we can get paid. Anywho,
Okay.
We
yeah,
all can get paid.
that part. Welcome to Gentlemen After Dark, a place where grown folks can talk without judgment. I haven't said that in a long time. I want to introduce some of our panelists, the grown folk them. And Doughboy, I don't see your eyes or nothing. So just the FYI, because you kind of sitting way back there in the back and
The
yeah,
kid
you
in the
just gotta
classroom.
go. There you go. Okay.
Hey.
Like
Hey.
that
Don't go
crazy.
left, just come down.
Hey, the kid in the back of the class.
Shooby doo.
Beating
Anyway,
on the table.
let me do it like this. Let's do it like this. We got a couple up over here. I like it. I dig it. All right. I'm gonna put us. Okay, that looks good. So without further ado, you guys, thank y'all for being here. You could be anywhere you wanted to be, but you chose to be here with us. And we do appreciate you. For my grown folk them that's in the building, starting at the top, my left, we got yours truly, Mr. Left Turn himself, Doughboy. We got a new addition, you guys. A new addition. Please give her a warm welcome. For those who don't know her, this is Miss True Desire. She's always
Hey.
commenting, but thank you for being here.
Good
JP
morning.
Happy to be
is in the
here.
building, of course. We got Lolo's turn in the building. Down at the bottom, Fuego is in
Fire,
the
fire.
building. And last but not least is yours truly, Mr. CEO of
Man,
ChristianDingaling.org.
come on, man. How the
It is him himself, Mr. Devin. Thank y'all for being here, man. Thank y'all for
that's
being
right.
Devin
here.
the dude.
The dude.
Dude,
Oh,
ain't Devin.
I can't forget him tonight. And last but not
Flippy.
least is
The
Miss
Mellow.
assassin.
Snoopy.
There you go.
Mellow.
Yes,
Snoopy
sir.
Cliff Mellow.
Chill.
Yeah, let me do it
Hey.
like this.
Hey, wait. It look kind of bright out.
Hey, it is.
Hey,
It's
you know what
Still
I'm
right.
Got a
saying?
light.
couple.
You
You
know what
got
I'm
a couple of
saying?
more months of this.
Shooby do. Enjoy it while you can, right? Enjoy it while you
Right.
can.
Who's
How's
that with
everybody
you,
feeling, man?
Prospect?
Huh?
Like what's up?
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Good. Everybody's good. So as I mentioned, Mello, you missed it, but we do have a new addition for tonight's episode of Gentlemen After Dark. Let's see what happens for the future.
Hey.
But
Oh,
we
okay.
have
Now I see you.
True Desire in the building. She's sharing the screen with JP, Ebony and Ivory, um,
Yes, sir.
Cool in the Gang.
That's Ebony Ivory.
Who else was it? Renee, and what is it?
Ashford and
Ashford
Ashford
and
and
Simpson.
Simpson.
Ashley
Thank you.
Ashford. What
Ashford
I
and
say?
Simpson.
Ashley.
Yeah.
I
Rick
like that.
James
Hey,
and
Rick,
Tina
I like
Rick
that.
Marie.
James.
Rick
James
James.
and
I'm Rick
Uh
James.
oh, fire and desire.
Hey,
You never
ah,
should have gave him
hey,
this money.
wow.
Like I said,
See?
Rick
It's,
James.
can we get a
I
duet?
was
It's
true.
really been good to see you again, baby.
I performed.
Anywho, y'all ready to get this party started tonight? I am.
let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
let's
do
do
it.
it.
Let's do it.
Hit the
All right.
gas. Hit the gas.
It is time for Gentlemen After Dark. We have a few missing souls, but we got some stand-ins, if you will, or who knows, some replacements. Stay tuned. We're gonna figure this one out. Anywho, let's go ahead and get the party started with something good. I think I want to start with
Here we go.
here's a good question from the grown folk now. From the grown folk. From
And then,
the grown folk now. Does being a good person get you loved or does it get you used?
that's a good question.
Does being a good person get you loved or does it get you used?
There's a saying that goes, "We're all here to be used, just not misused." Well, we hope we not misuse.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. I like that one.
Hmm.
But good guys finish last, and last guys don't finish
Don't
good.
finish at all. They don't get a chance to finish. Shoot, we do.
Skate, skate.
Okay.
Oh, oh.
Skeet, 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 skeet.
We're gonna be
Okay.
better tonight, but okay.
Oh, that doesn't go against your monetization. See,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hey, shoot, we do. I couldn't even tell you if it did or didn't. I ain't read the fine print on none of that. I just been doing these challenges. Anywho, does it get you used or does it get you loved? What's your opinion? What's your thoughts? And
Depending on who you're around, it could be
Yeah.
both. Because I mean,
mhm,
some people might see that you are a good person, they want to utilize it.
Use it.
They want to draw their energy out of you, and the other people might just kind of
Love you for it. Yeah.
yeah, and
Love you
still
for it.
may take advantage of it and not realize, oh, now I'm using you because I'm not putting anything back into you. So because I'm so used to you being there, I'm so used to you being a good person. So it depends on who you're around.
mhm,
I could think it can also be both, but I'll say that sometimes people misconstrue being a good person with like being a doormat, and that's not what any of us were here to put here to be. So it's okay for a good person to say no sometimes to requests, or they running themselves ragged trying to please everybody. Maybe that's different. Maybe that's a pleasing type. I don't know, but I just think of people think, oh, I'm gonna take advantage of that person because they're a good person. And again, it kind of goes back to who you're around. But being good doesn't mean you have to be naive and let people take advantage of you.
PK
right.
said he'll breathing in directions.
I heard
Okay.
it. I didn't know.
Y'all
I
give
want
all
to tag
purple
in.
rain.
Who's out
I
of
want to
breath?
tag
Who's
in.
out of breath?
I know a lot of men out here who are very nice, very generous, very good people, and I see them getting used. I feel like they're just nice, genuinely. Like I know these people, they're very nice, but then people take that their kindness for weakness and they kind of abuse that, and kind of I feel like they use them a little bit. So I feel like it can go both ways, but it is some really nice people out there that can get taken the wrong way because they're nice.
Mhm.
They're good people.
I agree. Yeah, somebody is breathing heavy.
Who
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
is it?
I hear it. I hear it
You can
now.
hear it.
Or the wind.
I was
Could
on
be one.
mute. I was on mute.
no, ain't you.
Ain't you?
It's, hold on, let me try something.
My
Hold
bad,
Maybe
I
on.
it's
was
my
muted, so I
fan.
don't know.
You can still hear it.
It could be my fan.
Whoever it is, if they almost there, then we ain't got but a couple of shows left.
Wow. Wow.
You see the double entendre?
Really?
Oh,
Right
oh,
there,
Really?
right there, right there.
Wow.
Oh,
Double entendre.
That's hilarious.
double
Oh,
Here we
entendre.
go.
I'm
Double
your
entendre.
father, Luke. I'm feeling.
Anakin
Ah,
or
Shooby
Darth
Doo,
Vader.
right? Anakin, go get him. Dang it, boy.
Mm.
Okay.
he
I like
said,
the
hurry up,
comments thus
G.
far. I think too. I think it was True that said it, and Sean said it. It is, i- in my opinion, a combination of both. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you don't know that you're being used until you get used, but people see that niceness in you, and that that leaves you out there open and vulnerable, in my opinion, until you are able to identify it of yourself, and then you stand up and say, "Nah, you're not gonna do me like that." You might have got me the first time, but after number
Ain't
one,
gonna
yeah,
be,
don't
ain't gonna
come
be
back
no
over
second.
here. Don't
Set
come
your
back over
boundaries.
here, right? Papa Sims is in the building. Thank you for
Papa
being here, man.
Sam's.
Appreciate you. PK, I
Or
see
sometimes
you.
you can just see the bullshit. Sometimes you can just see it.
Maybe.
Right, right. Definitely.
I'm
If we're
not. I'm
paying
not sure.
attention to it.
I'm not sure if it was Jimi Hendrix or if it was Bob Marley said once people stop uh, using what did he say? When people stop using people and stop loving things and start loving people and using things, then the world would change.
Hmm.
Hmm. Wow.
If you use people like a tool instead of using things like a tool, you gonna have a problem all the time. But if you start loving people and just using things as a tool, the world will change. I can't remember who said it.
Wow.
It's one of the two.
We are the world. We are the children.
Yeah, that was Michael Jackson. That was Michael Jackson. Now that was
And them.
yeah, it was Michael
And
Jackson.
them.
Now
Should we do? Okay. Any final thoughts on this here question? Does
Some good
being a
people,
good person get you loved or does it get you used?
some good,
I would have.
some good people. Sometimes they like to be used.
Hey.
Hey.
depending on what.
Sometimes
You know, you can't use me no more.
It said, you gotta keep on using me
they
until you
Hey,
use
use
you.
me up. Quick, name
So,
that artist.
so I guess the question
Bobby
is,
Blue Bland.
Oh, wow.
No,
Bobby,
that's not
No,
Bobby
it's
Blue
not Bobby Blue Bland. No,
she said
sir.
Bobby Blue Bland. He on my side of town. Yeah.
He took
Wow.
it way back.
No. Any other guesses?
Hey, I want to pause right there. We got to come visit you too in a couple of weeks. You
I'll be
know
Yeah,
we're
here.
gonna be in your side of town.
Come
yeah.
on through.
Come
Go
on
get some
through.
chicken or something. Yeah, come through.
Any other guesses other than Bobby Blue Bland? Anybody?
I don't know who seen that.
Oh
Chuck
Hey,
Berry.
no,
it's
that
on the
ain't no
tip.
Chuck Berry. That's
Somebody
Wow.
said Keith Sweat.
Keith
That's my
Sweet Betty
cousin in
Keith.
When?
Mississippi.
I
Sweaty
know that
Keith.
one.
No. Boy, you
Uh,
Hold on,
guys
let me
don't like.
Shazam it. Sing it again. Let me
No, don't
Shazam
you?
it.
nah.
Whoa, you gotta keep on using me until you use me up.
Oh, that was Al Green.
That
Oh,
wasn't no Al Green.
That was not
wow.
ugly.
Ain't
I
no
know it
Al
wasn't.
Y'all
Green.
was
I
mad
know,
at me last week.
I don't know who it was, but it wasn't none of those people.
Bill
Apollo Creed.
Withers, y'all.
Keep it
Bill
going.
Withers.
Bill Withers.
Bill Withers.
Yeah, there, Bill Withers.
Same
That's what
guy
I
that
said.
sang
Yeah,
Ain't
yeah,
I don't
No
know
yeah.
why I
That's what he
wanted to
said.
say
Bill
Sunshine.
Withers.
Carl
Yeah, yeah,
Withers.
that guy.
Y'all
Yeah, I
out.
was gonna say
Y'all
Apollo
I
out.
don't know
Creed.
why I
Y'all
wanted
is
to say
out.
Carl Withers. Who's Carl
Yeah.
Withers?
Apollo Creed.
Not Carl.
Somebody said Carl
I couldn't
Carl
remember his
Weathers.
first name. I knew it was
No,
Withers, but I
Couldn't
was
you
like
remember.
out.
Withers.
Uh,
What's
You
his
out.
first
Did you
name?
say
You out.
Carl
Bill.
Weathers?
You said
No, I
Apollo
said
Creed.
I
Season.
had the Withers, but I couldn't remember the first name, and my brain kept
No,
saying
the
Carl Withers. I
damn
knew that was wrong.
child.
That's
Bill,
why
action,
I
we
didn't say
action.
anything.
apologize to you in advance. Please forgive the grown folk them because they don't know. This is a
Oh,
place that grown
no
folks
good.
can talk without judgment. Forgive us.
We
Moving
laugh,
right.
but we don't
We
judge.
don't judge. Oh
Oh,
my
yeah.
God. Here we
not on,
go.
not on air.
Y'all
You're
ready?
right.
God.
Ladies, this is for you. Ladies, this is
Oh,
for
dear.
you. Oh yeah.
I gotta wear my bass hat next time.
You
Yes.
Me
gotta
Here we
put
go,
too.
that
Me
on.
ladies.
too.
This
Mine
is the
didn't
question
match.
for the ladies. What makes a man valuable to you?
Or the Huffy.
Ladies, what makes a man valuable to you?
Mm.
Do, 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 do,
The,
do.
the way he spends time with me,
Okay.
the way he spends time with me, like that it's not all about how much money he's spending and all that. It's more like us together, how we compliment each other, what we do together, how we do whatever it is that's special just to us.
Is it the way you love
A man
me?
That's
is
Jill Scott.
valuable to
That's Jill
me.
Scott. I know who that
Yes,
is.
sir. Okay.
Yeah, I sing that one in karaoke.
Alabama.
That's
That's
not
one of my
Carl Weathers.
karaoke
That's
songs.
not Carl Weathers. Carl Weathers, damn it, boy.
I had
Come on,
Withers.
ladies.
I believe the value comes in with how much time they give you, how
The
much
quantity
time
of
they
time.
input in
Okay.
your life.
I,
Because for women, just the littlest things is good for us. Just the littlest thing is
Mhm.
huge for us.
The littlest thing is huge.
I'm not finna.
The
That's
I'm
little
not.
hilarious.
I'm letting y'all have this because it's
That's
getting bad.
hilarious.
Look,
The
on that
littlest thing.
note, I'm gonna
literally,
say
literally,
lies.
yes.
Those are lies
Yes.
right there.
I'm not saying
Lie.
nothing.
All
That's a
cap.
lie.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes,
It could be the
All
girth.
cap.
absolutely.
Stop the flotching. Stop it.
lodging. Yeah.
Uh,
That he can
I
build
think
me
too,
up.
like
So we gonna do that.
um
Just my buddy.
things that you value is like how how he moves, if that makes sense, how you vibe, those things, they're important. Like people overlook that kind of stuff, but it's really important. A lot of people thinking about like just sex or whatever, but there's so much more for you that's gonna enhance even that part. How he moves, how he vibes. That's big to me.
I,
Mhm.
I think for me, what's valuable is his level of loyalty.
ooh, big
Yep,
one.
absolutely.
Loyalty.
Loyalty. I
Yeah,
think that's valuable to me.
Hmm.
yeah. You know,
Leadership, character, respect
for
level.
me, it goes without saying. For me, he has to be a believer. Period. But that I don't feel like I even need to say that, but I'll say it anyway.
Hmm. His
Yeah, he
morals,
has to
character,
have
leadership, respect level, intelligence, and how he treats me. Yeah.
all that in one bundle.
Anybody else? Thank you to Latrice. I see you for
All
your
that
comment
right
as
there.
well.
You said ladies, so I'm just waiting for to be
Well,
able
yeah,
to.
anybody else is the lady. Sorry, fellas. Hold on. Hold your horses. Whoa. Anything else, ladies? It's your
I
time to
have
shine.
another one. How he how he argues with you. Does he is he dirty, down low, like just want to get at you and make you hurt? Or does he really just want to get, get his points and then listen to yours, etc.? Because there's some people that they don't play fair, you know, and they know you, so they know things that's really gonna get you or whatever, and then they use it against you in arguments. And I'm not, I don't like that. I value a man that can argue fairly, if that makes any sense to any of
I
y'all.
like that to argue fairly, yeah, because you don't want you want to see if he's aggressive or if he sympathizes, if he's understanding, and then can we actually end this in a cordial way? I like that.
Okay.
Or we could just get naked.
That's always gonna change the fight. 'Cause it's a fair fight. Ooh, I
But
gotta get a fan. I'm
can
sorry.
I can I ask one question though? Is it do y'all want to argue or do you
Oh,
want to have a
boy.
Oh,
disagreement?
no. It
Yeah,
ain't
I
no
was just gonna
I
say,
argument.
how
I
about let's not
honestly,
argue?
We ain't got
It's
to
not.
argue.
I
We
don't.
can just talk
Right.
about it
Maybe,
and
maybe she meant
disagree and go
debate.
from there.
Maybe she meant in a debate or in
Right,
a
No,
right.
conversation.
no,
Maybe not
no, because
argument. But we're not doing no. Yeah.
I know what I meant. And I just believe that a lot of people are passionate about certain things, Like Italians always say, there are big, large, loud family, and people like, dang, y'all tripping. They're like, that's how we communicate. We're passionate. It looks like arguing. It sounds like arguing.
Seen
But,
that. I've seen that.
it's I
Forget
need somebody
about it.
that's gonna be kind of, uh, overzealous in explaining stuff every now and then. Not saying you gotta go over the top, but we might just be having a difference of opinion on something simple, like what to eat for dinner, you know? Um, I've seen simple things turn into really bad arguments. So
And
I
He
honestly,
jumps up and leaves out and storms out the room because he's mad because you cooked pork chops and not steak.
Oh damn.
Well,
wow.
you know he don't
You
eat
better be
pork.
glad that I
He don't
cooked.
eat pork
Period.
because it's gonna
He
be a
don't eat
problem.
you
pork.
gonna
You don't eat no
you gonna
swine.
eat
What
that
you
cake,
Yeah,
Annie Mae.
right?
didn't
And
I
he
tell you I
Problem
don't
is
eat pork? Didn't I tell you that? Anime.
Right.
he
I'm
stormed
sorry,
out
y'all.
because he
I
finna
gotta
go
get a
get something to
fan.
eat. Yeah.
That's why
Where
you
them
just don't
fans
cook.
at?
You
Mm.
just don't cook. Avoid any drama. Just
I
kidding.
was
Just
Fuego,
kidding.
you
I was
see
gonna say
Fuego started shit.
the argument wasn't about the cooking. The argument was about why I gotta cook, why we not going out to eat.
Mm,
Oops.
Oh,
Oops.
oh,
Yeah.
mm.
oh,
Oops. But hey,
oh.
should we do? Hmm. Want to discuss,
Well,
debate,
she was at work
but
all
not
day. She was
disrespectful.
tired. She tired too. She was at work all day too. So maybe y'all should just go out and eat tonight.
Tonight, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday, because we all work.
Well, I was just replying to what you just said.
As long as there's some eating going on, we might be.
That's what you said. You said the argument was over why you cooking, right? Why I gotta cook, right?
Why I gotta cook? That's the argument. Why I gotta
If you
cook?
know you're gonna be the last one in the dough, just bring some food.
Just bring it on in the house. You can go in there and make a sandwich.
Bring something to eat.
Make a sandwich. That is not dinner.
Right.
Bring something to eat. I'm gonna leave it.
That is not dinner.
A bowl of cereal.
Unless it's a po' boy.
No.
Hey, them po' boy be smacking though.
Or man.
Po' boy fill me up.
Hey, wait. Didn't you just have a crawfish sandwich? Wasn't you eating crawfish a couple days ago?
That sounds good.
It was not a sandwich. It was crawfish.
Crowd egg.
With potatoes and corn. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they
do.
Yeah, the whole
right?
bowl.
3 individual ingredients. There we go.
There was something else in there.
Please don't serve me no sandwich for dinner on a paper plate. Okay? I'm gonna be mad.
What if it was a neck bone sandwich?
Get the good China.
That's even worse.
What if she does it naked? What if she does it naked?
Hey,
we're not eating
what
that
if
then.
she's
Eating something else. We're not That's a whole different meal.
Dinner is
Who's
served.
that?
Go and sop her up.
No boy, I know you got something to say. I see you holding it back.
I'm just waiting.
Hey, so I'm gonna go ahead and release the hounds in the words of Snoopy Cliff Mello. The ladies is exhausted. Thank you to the neighborhood
Are
for your
y'all all on the
participation.
same temperature? Yeah,
It's hot in here. I turned my fan off because y'all said it sounded like somebody was breathing hard. I'm fine.
It was. It was like this.
It was. I figured it was the fan.
It's probably
all right,
the fan.
Fellas, what you got to say? Pulu, I see you. Thank you for being here.
So all those responses sound great. They sound good. They sound textbook. And I'm only speaking for me because I know people get in their feelings when I say the things that I say.
Here we go.
We know that we're only valuable financially. I mean, when it all boils down to it, yes, we can change tires, we can change the oil, we can take out the trash, we can do those things. But how many women are passing up good men because they can't provide financially? They can provide spiritually, they can provide protection. But if he ain't bringing nothing to the table, if he ain't paying none of them bills, if he ain't getting them hair done, nails done, and not all, but, you know, those types of things, he gets passed up. You know, a man can definitely add value without having finances, but majority of women, not all, don't see it that way. If he ain't bringing nothing to the table, he can't get a plate. He can't sit down and eat. She ain't serving him no neck bones or no paper plates naked. It ain't happening.
That's his
Come on,
opinion.
doctor.
Okay.
I don't know.
Come on, doctor.
He cannot bring nothing. He got to bring something. Like, yeah, you can't come and I don't need nobody to get my hair done, my nails done. But if I can't, I will want you, the person, to be able to. So you got to be able to do something. You can't come with nothing. You broke people can't eat.
It's about to get heated.
Everything except the finances. So if a man has $0, he can still do all those things.
If the man has $0, he shouldn't be trying to date.
Why? And that proves my point right
and get his life together from
that proves my point. You shouldn't have to have. We can date without money. I can create a whole day and not spend $1.
We can.
I can come pick you up. I can go pick you up some free flowers. I can go recycle an old card. You know, put a lot of thought into it, recolor it, remake it. That don't cost nothing. We can hold hands. That costs nothing. We can go watch the sunset on the beach. That costs nothing. But if he ain't bringing no money, if he ain't bringing no money,
gas $7 a gallon.
He down that hill. He is not bullshitting.
So I got my hand up. Here we go. Shouts out to Pinky. Pinky, I see you. Thank you for being here.
Pinky Dusty Daryl.
From
Pinky
never
Dewberry.
mind. Okay,
But
not the
here's my
same.
question for my grown folk now, ladies. How many of you, by show of hands only, I don't want to hear it, I just want to see it, have raised a son? How many? Three. Three for three. Three of y'all have raised a son. So I'm gonna give you a hypothetical scenario. Your young son, not your grown man now, but your young son growing into mature levels. He got that cool little job at McDonald's,
Mickey D's.
right? Mick
McDowell.
D's. He's slinging burgers and making fries. And he tell you he got a girlfriend, Mama. I got a girlfriend. He is a contributor to your household. He is a contributor in your household because that's what you raising your son to do. Pay something. You know, you paying at that time of the year, maybe the on TV bill. No, that's my age. Okay. He doing some kind of financial contribution. But then he says, Mama, I bought my girlfriend. I bought her a purse. I got her nails done. I got her hair done. How many of you mamas is good with that?
Can I ask what the age of the son is?
No, you cannot. No, we're not gonna do that.
He's not an adult, he said.
He's not an adult. He's a
I said
kid. So the reason I just wanted to clarify, because I never made my son pay a bill when he was a kid. I never made him. His job was to go to school, get good grades, help around the house. That was his job. I never ever expected him to pay to live in his home as a child. So if he would have came to me and said, "Hey, Mom, I got a girlfriend," boo, boo. I'll tell you about my son though. My son has been an entrepreneur since he was born. He just has that spirit. When Krispy Kremes opened up across the street or near his school, he used to say, "Mom, drop me off over here. I'm gonna stop at Krispy Kremes." I had no idea the boy was buying 3 dozen donuts and selling them for $1 each at school that he paid 25 cents for at the time.
That's that hustle.
Whatever. He's always been like that. So I would never like squelch him and be mad if he bought something for someone he cared for. I wouldn't be mad at that.
Okay. So let me tell you how I grew up, since you got that great story of entrepreneurship. Let me tell you about a hustle. Let me tell you, when you have to wash your mama's friends' cars at $6 a car, a whole car, trying to hustle to get you some money so that you could buy that fresh pair of 501 jeans. That's when you had to wash to shrink them to fit. When you had to buy your own K-Swiss tennis shoes, if you could get those from MFSB, mother, father, sister, brother.
Some Buffalinos.
You couldn't afford the K-Swiss, you got you some OG karate shoes or some kung fu shoes. Okay? I'm gonna date myself.
The karate shoes.
Again,
hustle.
Most of our mamas raised us men or boys at that time to be productive parts of society. And I get it. Entrepreneurship. Yeah, I sold blow pops in school. Whoop-de-doo. My point is, when he gets to that point where he has a girlfriend that he's digging on, and he tells you that he blew all his money on this girl, what are you saying to your son? What have you said to your son at that point?
I have 2 sons. I have twins. And to answer your question, I would be upset that he blew his money on buying her all these things. Because the first thing I want to know is, are you buying this because you want to, or did she ask you to? That's my first question. Because I know boys do things to try to win someone's heart. Is this something out of that you want to do, or is this something she's asking you for? So I would be upset. He blew his money on these things. I would.
Thank you, True. I love you. I appreciate you. Who's next?
What I said,
down, this for the ladies. No, it's not that I don't believe you, but here's what I'm looking for: real life conversation tonight. Don't be offended.
I'm not. I'm
There's
just
there's
mine was
there's
real
level
life.
there's
It's
hold on.
different.
There's levels to all of this. The question was simple. How are you feeling about your son? Right? You broke it down to us. I'm good. He's an entrepreneur. He hustled and bustled. You didn't expect no money from him, but the way some of us grew up, mama was expecting. Because I can give you some real stories. My mama drove in a brand new Hyundai, the 3-door. And guess who helped her pay the down payment for the car? It wasn't my brother's father. It wasn't my daddy. Hi, my little Sears Roebuck check that I'm riding a beach cruiser to work on. That check went out the door because my mama said, I need your check and we're going to get this car that she never let me drive until she was going out of town.
Hey, it's
Oops, did I
funny.
say that out loud?
I did that.
I'm just
Hey,
saying.
bro,
That you
as your
getting
Come on,
legal
told
man.
counsel,
now.
man, don't be
Hey,
incriminating you and us. We'll get everybody on the
listen.
panel
You
in
getting
trouble, man. Come
everybody
on
in
now.
Hey,
trouble now.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'll be
my
God.
mama,
quiet.
my mama
Now
went
my
to the lot.
phone ringing.
You remember the Ford Festiva?
Ford Festiva. Come on, man.
She got the car and couldn't even drive the stick. It was a stick shift. Couldn't even drive it, but took it off the lot.
That part. So
But
I say all that to say this, to the point of men and how valuable men are, right? You mothers are the first line of defense of teaching sons. I'm a product of a mom, not my dad, my mom. And she taught me responsibilities. Hell, I was buying school clothes for myself after 8th grade because guess what? You was getting reruns. You had to wash them 501s from last year, throw that crease on them and make them look like they was brand spanking new. But they wasn't. And if you wanted something, you had to hustle for it. Mellow, no. We've been working since we was 15, 14, 15,
13.
13. Thank you. Summer Youth
Lamb.
Employment Program. I'm a product of that too. I done
hey,
worked in the jungles, Jim
delivering
Gilliam
paper,
Park. Come on,
delivering
man.
papers. Come on now.
So
Whatever it took. Go ahead, Doughboy. I'm
So I
sorry.
see one of the comments from one of the grown folks from Miss Tamara, Miss
Tamara.
Alexander. It
Miss Tamara.
says, "Who hurt you, though?" So
What's
Oh,
let
I
me
see.
let me clarify. We should change that to who experienced you, though, not hurt me. These are learning lessons, and I can give an example. I'm not gonna call her name, but I'm sure if she's watching this when I tell the scenario, she will definitely know who she is. So I've made pretty good money doing what I do. I'm a truck driver for those who don't know, and I made damn good money. Well, I had an accident and I wasn't making damn good money because I had to go through the legal process and all this and all that. There was no work for a whole year, so all that taking the kids out to the aquarium, and I stayed in Vegas, so all those events, yeah, they were cut short. So I went from getting home cooked meals seven, whenever I was home, 3-4 days every night, to
Sandwiches.
you just gonna sit around here and do nothing. You gonna do this and do that, and the whole dynamic changed because my value to this particular individual of what a man was changed, because what I was bringing to the table changed. So I'm not hurt. That's just experience. It didn't hurt me. It taught me a very valuable lesson. I do more than just bring things, finances to the table. And when I stop doing those things and they're missed, then they're noticed. Then you see my true value. So that's why I believe that not all, but majority of men's value is based in a woman's eyes what he can bring and provide financially. And that's not hurt.
I don't
I'm
think
speaking with love. I'm speaking with experience. Like,
With
look at me.
love.
I'm like this 95% of the day.
With
I have
love.
I have too many friends that aren't like that to let you say it's majority. I don't know about that. Maybe it's a different
Ooh.
generation.
Do we not see the same social media? Do we not see the same Facebook, the same
Maybe it's
Instagram? Do we not see the same
I don't know.
TikTok?
Maybe it's a different generation. Maybe it's the I don't know. But I just don't see. majority.
I can agree to that partially because I say it all the time. It depends on what generation of woman
Maybe
you're
that's
talking to.
your majority of people that you know and that you deal with, but that's not definitely not.
Wait, I know people from. I try to surround myself
Don't you
by
say
people from
old.
no from a more
Man,
experienced generation of
no,
people.
pull over though.
No,
Pull over.
no, from a more experienced people of
Oh
generation
man.
of people, and yet some of those. I mean, the economy is rough right now, and a lot of people, and it's turning some of those people who had those upbringings of holding your person down, no matter what they're going through, is shifting because when that pressure get put on you to pay that rent by yourself, pay that car note by yourself, that insurance, and paying $12 for a dozen of eggs, and kids still need shoes. Like it ain't stopping. That other income ain't stopping life from going on. It
Right.
changes the mentality of how you're viewed. It also makes it you more appreciated because they see now the part of the load that you were carrying was not easy. You just make it look easy. So it's unfortunate that a lot of the newer generation are experiencing that because you don't get to experience your true value. You don't know if a person really love you. But if you want to find out, stop paying bills. You want to find out if your woman really, really love you and got your back, save that money. Be like, babe, I ain't working enough hours this week. I can't cover it. Let that go on for 2 or 3 months and see if her attitude don't change towards you. Or if she still say, no, baby, it's okay, I got you. I'm gonna hold you down. You'll find out real quick what your value is.
So you leaving, going to work every day, but you ain't bringing nothing home.
I was thinking that, like, wait, I could see if something really
Hey,
happened to
If
you.
they cut
something
our pay.
You may
happens,
have
that's
gotten
different.
hurt
They cut
But
our
and you're
you
pay.
out of
talking
work.
about you going to
Seriously,
work and
even
you just
One at a
keeping your money.
time. One at a time. One at a
Wait, what?
time.
yes, yes, I was thinking that too.
I took a pay cut. I didn't get no bonus this year. Ain't no Gucci shoes. This ain't no red bottoms. You can't get your nails done this week. You know.
But if I may add before the ladies go ham on you, before they there are some scenarios, you guys, ladies, that yes, I went to work today only to find out that I no longer have a job. So the pride in me, the man in me says, I gotta Mello, guess what, man? I got laid off. Man, what am I gonna do? Doughboy, guess what? I got laid off. What am I gonna do? The dude, I got laid off, man. What am I gonna do?
I'm finna pull up.
JP, I got laid off. What am I gonna do? Right? We done told all the fellas, but we ain't told the girl nothing. Why? Why haven't we told the girl?
Because you don't know how
Yeah,
she gonna
why?
act.
No, because inherently and distinctively, you know that if you're not
Instinctively.
bringing that check in, that milk and that flour, you know you're gonna lose a certain type of respect. And this is not all. Look, none of this, nothing applies to all people. We can just say majority or most, because there are exceptions. But you're gonna find out that flour is very important in that house. Them eggs, they very important. And when I can no longer bring that, it's gonna be a shift in the power dynamic in the house. Turn them lights out. You ain't paid no bills in here all month. What?
If you're just sitting there, then yeah. But if you actually trying to help in other ways, then like let's figure this out together. You know,
That's how it should be.
not just
You know,
That's how it should be. That's why I was saying if something was traumatic was to happen or you lost your job, you got hurt, then yes, see where the other person part would play because I was in a situation like that and we were together for years and I never needed this person for anything. And then now I came upon where I had lost my job and it wasn't there at all. Like so for me that was a no-go. Like that there's no teamwork
but
here because
that
I was
shouldn't
doing it all and then now I'm down. I don't got no help. You're
but
no
that
good.
shouldn't change a man's value. That was the original question. My value should be like gold. Whether I'm in the form of a ring, whether I'm in the form of a necklace, gold, an ounce of gold is still worth an ounce of gold. No matter if it's a solid, no matter if it's melted down in a liquid, it's still gold.
If
But
you
a
turn to
man's
copper,
value fluctuates, and it shouldn't. That's because his value is a facade.
you're now copper. You're no good.
You,
Yeah,
you,
your
you,
your,
you,
your
you see
goal
what I'm saying? You see?
is gone.
I don't
It's
have
gone.
no job now.
Like
I'm copper.
it has no value. It's
Well,
none.
you're now
You
plated
can go.
gold.
You can go over
Gold
to the
plated.
next one that's gonna take
and
that copper
and and
because
and I and I
you know
and I
you
can
no
say
longer
this.
shine.
I can say
You're
this.
dull.
You can't make a lot of the gold that you make without copper. You want to know why? Those machines that presses have copper connectors, so they're still just as important. I'm still a precious metal if I go from gold to copper.
Well, I like what True said. She said something like that happened to her in the reverse. So it's not just a woman thing versus a man thing, but interesting that you said about somebody losing their job. That happened to me when I think I was 20 and I still was living at home from back and forth with college, and I got laid off my job a day before I was supposed to become permanent. And I went home, I was devastated. And I remember every day I would get up, get dressed, and act like I was going to work. And I was looking for work because I didn't want to tell my mom and dad. Like, I basically felt like a failure because I lost my job. And I think for about 2 weeks, I kept looking and looking and looking. And then finally I told them, what happened and why I was acting like I was going to work. And it was pride. I felt like I, fell short. So I can understand that from a woman's or a man's position. And I didn't need anyone to tell me I was valued less. I felt valued less in myself. So I can see where when something like that happens unexpected, you lose your income, you lose your house. We had people's houses burning down left and right. And are you now going to lose each other? Some people do, and some people don't. But I would not feel saying like it's the majority. I don't think it is.
I agree with
Okay.
Tamara. Tamara, you're absolutely right. It's who you're dealing with. And
Yeah.
once I found out who I was dealing with, he showed his true colors when I was down. And that I don't no longer want to deal with you. It's my
Right.
choice.
Hey, to all my fellas, if you want to test this theory, go sit at the bus stop and try to pick up ladies, right?
Hmm.
And then pull up in your nice car and try to pick up ladies and see how it goes. You can do this in real time. I'm not saying there's not a woman out there that won't stop and holler at you while you at the bus stop, but it's gonna be few and far in between. It's just highly unlikely because they see you taking public transportation as less value and something they're not willing to do. They see you not as being able to provide them the lifestyle that they want to live. But if you pull up in a nice car, they automatically gonna assume you're gonna go to a nice house, but you could be staying in the projects. You don't pay too much rent, so you can afford a nice car. But once you got it, now she pull up to the to the projects. Now she rethinking it. Okay, he got a nice car, but do I really want to stay in the projects? But you could pull up if you have and this is no shot stab at any car. If you got a 1993 Corolla and you pull up and then you pull it up to a mansion, she's still gonna stick with you because she sees a value in you because of what you can show her visibly financially. If you can't show those things, it's going to be hard for you to show your value to a woman because men don't care what women make. If he's already doing what he's doing, a man really don't care. I don't really care what a woman makes. Let me not speak for all men. I don't care what a woman makes. If I love her for who she is and how she makes me feel, not what she brings to the table. Because as a man, I feel like I should provide some of those things, right? Um, but a woman doesn't look at a man the same way. It just don't work like that.
For
Why do you
richer
think that?
or
Why do
for
you think that?
poor.
Why do you think that they don't look at him like that? Why do you think that?
Cause I've tried to holler at listen. I have been, and
Maybe
some of y'all know my story.
maybe it's
I have
you.
been sleeping on the floor, standing in one of my homeboys' garages, and still go to the club and get women. Because to me, I'm always gonna value myself and project that. I know my worth, my value. So no matter if I got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, or don't have two pennies to rub together, I'm still gonna command the same respect. And the woman that did show me that, I married her and I was with her for 7 years because she met me when I had absolutely nothing. So I know she only loved me for me. is rare. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's impossible. What I'm saying is the majority of consensus shows that women don't pick a man that doesn't be able to show them financially stability, that he can take care of them from the beginning. Because women want the 3 6s, 6 feet tall, at least 6 inches or more, or making six figures. That's like
I
the
can do
standard.
bad all by myself.
Yeah.
I'll just do
I
it by
don't want
myself.
no scrubs. Independent went like. I'm not just making this up. Come on, y'all know. Let's
Let me
not play like we don't know this.
allow me to say this: for richer or for poor, better or worse, sickness and in health, and da 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 da. Those of us who have taken those vows in our lives know what they are, right? But the reality of real life happening is real. Today, you on top of the world. You got a great job, not even a good job, a great job. You making the money that you could sustain the woman in your life. You could feel great pride and joy of, man, I just bought my baby a new car, or blah 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 blah. I got her this, I got her that. That's great. But the reality is you could lose all of that in the blink of an eye. Whether it come by way of uh our administration, our political administration that is cutting this and that and all these jobs, and thousands and millions of people are being affected by that. Are you rolling with me without my job? We already know my story. Not to keep throwing myself out there, but I done went from working a full-time job, salary employee, to becoming an hourly employee at a chicken shack, basically. Going from 80 hours a week with that to one day, 3 hours, like no BS. And I got a whole baby that I'm supposed to be taking care of, right? But fortunately, and I get it, not all women are like this, but I surround myself with a great community of friends, those that can hold you down when you are down. Because most men aren't just out here perpetrating a fraud. I ain't got no money. Can you help me out? No, because we know we're not going to get that from you. Not from you ladies. Unless you are my ride or die, those are the ones that's going to stand by you. Men ain't about to ask for nothing because that's the way we are built. Most of us. We're not going to ask no woman for nothing. And the one that does is the one that's devalued because he don't know his own value. The real man is gonna go out there and he gonna hustle and bustle. He gonna sell the yum yum donuts or the Krispy Kreme donuts. He gonna sell blow pops. He gonna go wash cars. He gonna move people's furniture for him. He gonna do whatever he got to do to make some dollars and cents to get in that pocket of his so he can continue doing what he needs to do. But at the same time, ladies, you got to be with him. You got to hold him down, especially if he's opened his vulnerability door wide open for you. And I close my eyes to it, but he opened it up to let you know that I'm struggling out here. Where you at with him? Are you rocking with him?
Sure.
Onyx, when you started your conversation, you mentioned for better, for worse. That sounds like that's the marriage. Yes. Then you guys are like butter. You guys are sticking to that pan. Y'all gonna make a meal. However, you have that choice before you guys say I do, whether you're gonna stick to this pot or not. So before all that get to plan, like yeah, you really should, because you have all those that you signed and said I do to. But before that, you do not have to.
You're absolutely right. However, before we get to the put the ring on it, before we get to saying them vows before the minister, right? I got to know that you got me in the dating process. You got me or no? I got you or no? How do I get to know who you are? I got to wait till we get married to figure out she ain't going to have my back when I lose my job. That's what I got to do.
So
No.
listen,
No.
those
right.
vows, I mean, however you want to look at it, that's the European way of life, right? The whole marriage idea anyway. But let's just keep it over here. I just looked it up. This is what Google says. The divorce rate remains between 40 and 50% of marriages. So that all through sickness and health. Where is that at? If that was true, we'd like to believe that it's true because we grew up on Disney and the fairy tale. That's not true though. It's rare. It's rare if 40 to 50% of marriages end up in divorce.
Yeah. Hey,
Hey,
I'm
Because
I'm
at
with
the
him on
they're
that.
not sticking to what Onyx said. Yeah, when I'm down or whatever. But a lot of people jump right over that broom and they not staying committed. Absolutely.
Mhm,
So like I
mhm,
think when right now if you move into a home and you're not happy with that home, you're gonna soon move. You're gonna go somewhere else where you're comfortable at. That's how life is supposed to be, period. Stop jumping into these situations knowing you can't handle it. Because when it get heated, you're supposed to stick around. Absolutely.
mhm.
Okay. Well,
I really,
I always take the biological makeup of most of the situations we talk about.
I'm
I go
okay.
back to a woman's nature, to a man's nature, right? It's in a person's nature to want the better things in life because if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't strive to have better air conditioner, better housing, better vehicles, better whatever. But so the only thing I'm trying to get is for women to admit it and understand it, acknowledge it that a man's value of nowadays in 2025 is based on what he can bring to the table other than his masculinity, his being able to fix a light bulb, being able to fix a busted pipe and
What you
those
want
types of
to.
things. Those things are not as valued no more because you can pick up a phone and call somebody to do it. It wasn't like that back in the day. If your neighbor wasn't able to do it or somebody in your circle, you had to figure it out. But things have changed.
It was, but like that back in the day. It was. Papa was just rolling stones, but Papa's was
So was
supposed to be
mama. So
proud.
was mama.
But
So was
but
mama.
we talking about the song say Papa, they don't say Mama. But we talking about we're talking about how men supposed to be proud to
I-
more women are more doing different things now, but men were really the household leaders. They were really the providers. They were really supposed to be proud providers. It just have changed in
Right.
the new stages and the new times because like back I'm a truck driver. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't have thought back in the day that I would be a truck driver, but women are doing a lot of things now that men do. So
Hey, I salute you for your service. For those who don't understand what it is to be a truck driver, it ain't easy.
Read PK's comment.
PK,
yeah,
PK. This
nothing
one.
wrong with holding it down when your man falls
You
asleep.
only need to worry about your woman and get her to admit what you want to hear. You can't worry about the rest of the women who don't know you. Well,
Mm.
thank you, PK.
And
I ain't
and
worried.
just look, I'm gonna let me defend myself. I don't really care what my woman think. I know as long as
Oh,
I know
oh my
that's how
God.
we value. It keeps me because you have some people that are content in life with doing nothing. I'm not content in life with doing nothing, so I'm gonna strive to get it whether I'm single or with a woman. I'm gonna make sure that I'm able to keep myself afloat or make it through it. And if I happen to have a woman who's there to support me through those hard times, then hey, that's a blessing. But if not, I still gonna stand on my own too. So I don't need her to know my value. I just need to know my value.
No, I think she's referring to you. Said I just need that you needed us women to
I
admit.
do. I do want y'all to admit it. Not
You
y'all
just didn't worry
personally, but
about
I
yours.
want women overall to admit it. It's okay.
That was on Facebook.
Oh,
Hey, put Coley Cole.
I do agree with Coley Cole. She said that it doesn't you can hold your man down, but as long as he don't stay too long. Okay, yeah. Like if he falls for sure, like you gonna know if she gonna be there. But he not how long what's the time limit?
No time limit. Well, so I know a woman who works in hospice, and she says she sees far more men in there by themselves dying alone than he does women. Because once a man's resources is used up, his body is all washed up, and he's discarded. If that woman really don't love him, because he can no longer provide, she can go find a younger man to do that for her. But there's a lot more men that die alone
Go ahead, Devin.
Look, time out. Time out. Time out. Time out.
Rabbit hole
No.
after rabbit hole.
Chocolate girl, I see you. Thank you for being here. Go ahead, Devin. We gave it to you. Go for it.
I really got a question. First of all, though, where you at? Come back. Second of all, there's this concept of a woman holding a man down. I don't want nobody to hold me down. You know why? Because that's a lower level of existence. Don't hold me down. If you're gonna do anything for me, lift me up. Because if you
Okay.
holding me down, it's like you holding me down and you holding me back. You're keeping me from doing what I need to do. So if you are holding me down because I ain't got no job, now it might take me longer to get a job because you're holding me down. Does that make sense? You have to be mindful of your wordplay because it's all wordplay. Playing with words. I tell you what, when he said something about what the divorce rate, you're gonna see whatever you're looking at. What you're looking at and what you're looking for, that's what you're gonna see. So if you're looking at this right here, you got this tunnel vision. What's in your peripheral might be what you need, what you're looking for, but you're not looking in that direction. So if you have to stop looking in the direction of seeing the shit that you've been seeing that you don't like, you have to do that. You can't just focus on, hey, you know what, people are this way and I don't like it. Okay, be the change that you want to see. And then look towards and be around and surround yourself with what you want to be around, what you want to become. You
Be
see what
the
I'm
change
saying?
you want to see. I like that.
Right. So if you sit up here and the only thing you see is what you don't like, okay, we know what the problem is. Let's work on the
Make
solution.
it better.
Once
Yeah.
once you find out, okay, this is the issue. Get away from that. How can we fix it? How can we repair this? How can this be mended? If it can't be, get away from it. Get up out of there. Or if it can be, let's fix it. We ain't got to worry about what the problem is. Let's worry about what the solution is.
Solution is, yeah.
Because if we worrying about the problem, okay, the problem is A and B don't come to C. Okay, that's the problem. So how do we get to that? We can't. Okay, well, let's figure out something else. We need to worry about 1, 2, and 3 then.
Yeah.
And stop worrying about A, B, and C. If we can't get to C through A and B, then we need to go through 1, 2, and 3. We need to change the direction, the direction of, what we're looking at, what we're doing, what we're going. And when you talk about somebody's value, man or woman, that is all based on materialism. So yeah, we have all been conditioned in materialism. Like, hey, you haven't accomplished anything in life if you don't make 6 figures a year, if you don't have $1 million home, if you don't drive $150,000 car. What happens if you have? Do you know Bill Gates drove a Ford Pinto to work every day after he started Microsoft? Now he goes home and he's got a glass house that adjusts to his body temperature when he walks in the room.
Hmm.
Okay. So you don't have to show what you've earned because that's what's gonna put a bullseye on your forehead right there. Now you become a target because you want everybody to know, including your significant other. You want these people to know this is what I've done and look how I spend it. Oh, okay. So if you are Doughboy, you are the best dressed truck driver. You're showing, hey, look, I buy clothes. I like fashion. Those are materialistic things. So if somebody sees you and they like that and y'all get together, now all of a sudden they're gonna expect that out of you.
All the
They're gonna
time.
expect you to be fashionable. They're gonna expect you to spend money on you don't mind spending money on clothes. So if you stop buying me clothes because you don't have no job, well, that's kind of what draw me to you. That's just my opinion. I don't know. I look
Speak
at
on
stuff a
it,
little
I
Devin.
agree.
Speak, hey, Pastor.
you just gotta be careful with your
I
wordplay. That's
appreciate you,
all.
Devin. I
Very
appreciate
pick
That's
you.
all.
better. She right. Pick better. You gotta
Pick
learn. You
better.
gotta
I
learn how to pick.
appreciate you. Actually, I appreciate everybody. Everybody has a point here, there, everywhere. There are lots of points out here, and these points we definitely have to start paying attention to them and applying them as needed or
And don't be
where
trying to pick
needed.
nobody up at no bus stop. Don't do that. That's
Yeah,
asking.
don't no,
You
don't go to
asking
the
for
bus stop.
trouble.
Back in the day, those guys. Ooh, I remember
You
those.
asking for trouble. I
Hey,
don't care
Mr.
how old you
With
is.
the right
I'm gonna try to pick a
shirt.
listen,
woman up at the bus
listen.
stop. You're gonna be in
At
trouble,
the end
Jack.
of
You
the
gonna
day,
catch some?
you are the individual who sets the narrative,
Yeah.
right? You are the individual that sets the narrative. And like you say, having a man or a woman to hold you down, that's just something that has to come out originally, not forced, right? It's an original thing. Like Devin said, you got to change your environment. You got to do if you want to do better, right? You got to change it in order to do better. Because they said if you're the sixth person in the room, a millionaire. If you in a room with five people, you're going to be that sixth person that's a millionaire because you're surrounding yourself with what you want out of life, right? So you're the narrative. You got to control it, and you can't control what you can't control. So, like you said, Devin, you can only control 1, 2, 3. Forget 4, 5, 6.
Right.
So I'm just saying that I agree with you, Pastor Devin.
Thanks, sir. Amen. Amen.
Pastor
Amen.
Pastor
Amen.
of the
Usher, if you will,
Bill
Usher.
Bass,
Amen.
First AME Bill Bass, Pro Church of right,
Yeah.
CG and
Hey,
C.
put Pinky's post up. There you go.
In order to
Yes, ma'am.
manifest.
You raising your hand?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
We
Yeah,
hear
we
you.
hear all
Okay.
of you.
What does that even mean?
We hear you loud and clear.
You
Okay.
breathing. Go
So,
ahead.
so
Go ahead. Now we don't hear you at all.
I hear you.
Where you
Ay,
go?
ay, ay. We can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
We can't hear you. Ah,
She's muted.
no.
You're muted.
Oh, now she is.
Yeah,
And
she's
I didn't
muted.
do
You're
it.
muted.
You got to unmute yourself.
It's the
Ay,
AI
ay,
taking
ay.
over.
You
Unmute
have to
yourself.
unmute
There
yourself,
you go.
ma'am.
I didn't mute myself. It keeps saying that the host muted me. I don't know what's happening. I'm sorry.
You-
But what I was asking was, when did it change so drastically? I'm older than everyone on this panel. I'm 62. So maybe my viewpoint comes off as weird to you guys because I see things from my age. When I got married, I clearly remember my dad, before we got married, having a conversation with my fiance. Are you going to be able to provide for my daughter? Are you going to support my daughter? Things of that nature. It was expected, right? On the other hand, he asked me certain questions as well. How supportive are you going to be if this, that, and the third? He asked us both these questions, my dad. But it was always expected that the man was the provider. Now, I'm not saying go out and buy me $500 shoes just because I have a whim to have it and wear it one time, but I don't understand like when the tide changed so drastically. Because if I listen to what Doughboy is saying, I think all women are just trash. I know better. But it's like, is it just the age thing? Is it what did I miss? Because I feel like I'm really disconnected in this conversation about providing and being there. It's very strange to me.
So to bridge that gap, from my understanding, it came from when the government stepped in and took the man out of the household, which made the woman have to step up and play the role of the man and the woman. So I guess that would be somewhere around late
The 70s.
70s,
Yeah.
late 70s, early 80ish. With the
Right,
food
right
stamp,
before the crack epidemic. Right before
right?
crack.
And
So
so that's where the shift of the energy came from. The women having the masculine energy is because they were forced to, and not everybody, but that type of energy. That's where it came from. So it kind of broke up the family dynamic, and we have yet to find our way back to that since. And
If
It's that
if
women had to start doing more. They had to
a whole
start
lot.
providing for their family and the kids. So they had to
I'll
go out and do more.
I'll even give you a timeline. I was born in 68. My father was gone in 71. So all I know is my mother.
Mama.
My mom did everything. Went to work, took her kids wherever she had to go. She didn't have no babysitters until my grandmother moved out here. By that time, though, we able to kind of fend for ourselves. Henceforth, you got latchkey kids. I'm one of those ones.
Yeah.
The key on the chain that
Yeah.
you had tucked in your shirt, right?
Mhm.
But the energy of taking care of somebody else, we all are supposed to be compliments to each other.
Mhm.
And we lost that somewhere along the lines. Those of us who have those traits in our system, the first question was loved or used. Those are the good people. Loved or used. You're getting a happy medium of both because we all were not raised the same way. We got similarities in some cases. I could say Saturday mornings. What did y'all do on Saturday mornings?
Double
We
scrub,
all
Good
we
clean.
grass.
all cleaned up. We all know
Did some
that, right?
chores. Yep.
Yeah. Cut
But
grass,
our
Chores,
wash cars, wash dishes, all that. Wash clothes.
our
chores and cartoons.
mentalities, right? Our mentalities
Gotta have
behind
cartoons.
money, dollars and cents changes from person to person depending on how they were raised.
Mhm.
Some people, money is everything. And yes, money is needed. You need that. But I don't need your friendship based on money. I need your friendship based on love
Right.
for people. And we don't have enough of that. That's why it's hard to to get into the mindset of, hey, Doughboy is down, Onyx is down, JP is down, the dude is down. Unless that woman in his life is one of those rare gems, don't worry about it, baby. I got you. Don't worry about it. They're not going to put a timeline on it because they know the man in you. You not just sitting at home like this, like, well, ain't got nothing to do today. I'm just sit here and I'm gonna play on this
Play the video
Xbox
game.
all day, right? They know better. They know you're not gonna be that guy. But keeping it real, there are those guys that do just that.
Yeah.
I done went and worked 8 hours. I came home and you still on that game. You ain't done nothing. Those are the women that are
Nothing.
mad at those men. But all the men aren't like that. And don't
Nope.
get me wrong. Yeah, I play video games, but I also make my money.
Yep.
So we have to really we got to start looking at the bigger picture. We can't take things personal because everybody's life is different, but we all are similar in so many ways. So many.
Excuse me,
And
Pastor.
we
Can I say something?
wow.
I got my finger up. Can I say something?
Go ahead, man.
I mean, we can take it back to the jungle. What does the lioness do?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
My favorite animal.
What does the lioness do?
Hunt.
And
Educate us for the ones who don't know. I know.
Look,
the
I
lioness
know.
does it all. She hunts, she feeds, she takes care of the cubs. The lion, who is the king of the jungle, just sits back and relax.
Good thing that you ain't no lion.
Until
You ain't gonna be no lions.
until it comes time for him to
Baby.
protect the pride.
Right.
That's it. Just
He
protect
He there for just two things.
for the war.
Procreate.
Make more babies
Protection, right?
Yeah,
Protection.
and
Make
protect the
more babies.
pride.
Yeah,
That's what he's
make
there
more.
for. But you know good and well that you ladies ain't having that. You think you just gonna get this and you ain't gonna get shut out?
Let me
This ain't
add to
that
that.
type of jungle, baby.
So nowadays,
This ain't that
finances
type of jungle.
is the protection. You know that provides shelter, that provides like it's a double-edged sword, you know, because that's what it is now. Because you need those things to survive in this time and day.
Right.
You need. Well, there there are
Wow.
some homeless people that survive. Listen, I met a married couple, homeless. They were happy as ever, and he walked up to me. He said, "Man, I feel bad for you." I said, "Why you feel bad for me?" Because I was gonna give him some money. He said, "Man, I don't gotta worry about going to work. I don't gotta worry about paying no bills. I sleep where I want to. I ain't got no answer to nobody. I have no expectations of me. I just live my life." And they were happy together because that's okay with them, you know. But
Right.
for the
That's
majority,
the
Sound like they living off
that's the
grid. They don't.
listen.
They not homeless. They living off
They
grid.
live
That's
off
a
the
different
grid, right?
mindset. It's a
But
different mindset. You see what I'm
that's a
saying? You
great
call them
question.
homeless.
That's a great question. Why do I say that? I know someone personally, her and her husband, they lost their home quietly, lost their home, and they lived in their car for a good while. And she was right there with them. Rhetorical, please don't answer. But could you do that with your spouse, with your mate? Would you be able to sleep in a car for an extended period of time? Not just the little overnight stuff. I ain't talking to you. Not just the overnight stuff. I'm talking about like for real. Could you do that?
For real, I have. For real, we were homeless and we were in our car. You wouldn't have never known it because our pride was so high. And taking baths in Burger King like it wasn't nothing. Go to church, go to work like it wasn't nothing. But we said we would make it. It would not be comfortable. We would make sure that it would be uncomfortable because we wanted to get out of that situation. So let's not get comfortable doing this, but do what we got to do until we can make better, which it did happen. Um, but it depends on your situation.
Right.
But yeah,
That,
absolutely.
and I think that that's the key. Thank you for that transparent moment right there. You do what you have to do, but let's not get comfortable with this. And for us fellas, you could become that victim of you don't got the job. But then again, ladies, it could be you too. Hell, it could be both of us without
Right.
the job. Now
Absolutely.
Hey,
what?
it just
So
happened, didn't it? The pandemic.
come on, man.
That's
You here
It
true.
just
comfortable.
happened. It just happened.
how much time we got? Because I'm reading some of these comments, and I just it's like, what we
I
got?
know the comments been good. Pinky been on point too. Like
Mhm.
Um, it was Sean Berry. Those that only lead
Sean.
with money sometimes lack in other parts of the relationship. So the way it's designed and set up, I'm telling you, if y'all think if y'all want to try it for those that are single, if you think like leading with money is like a smoke and mirrors, right? Because you have to. Because most women, not all, most women are not gonna be okay if you go on the first date and be like, "Oh, well, you know what? I don't got it. Can you pay for this?" There are some that will pay, but there are some that they're not gonna call you back because you showed them a part that
You ain't got
they're
it.
like, "Nah, I ain't gonna
You
rock
ain't
like
got
that.
it.
This ain't how we starting out."
Right.
But if you start out with the $300 roof Chris or steak 48, well, which you probably only get a steak, for 300. Um, you're most likely if you have a decent personality to get a call back, to get a second date. So it's kind of like you're forced to lead with money unless you are true, because a lot of people don't really look for love these days. Most people look for stability over love. Like, but if you really want to find out who's there for you and with you, try to go on some free shit. She want to
You
go
know what,
shopping? Take her to
man? You know
Goodwill
what?
and see
You
how
don't
that
have to.
turn out for you.
But no, you don't have to live your life doing social experiments. Here's what you can do: live and date within your means. That's for anybody, man or woman. Live within your means. Date within your means. If you know, hey, look, you know what? She's gonna cost a little bit more to date. You might have to bag up until you get to that situation where you can. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to. Again, it all still boils down to materialism. You
And
see
it
what I'm
all
saying?
ties back into what your value is. That's what I'm
It's
trying to
true.
get
It's
back to.
true.
Bring it back full circle.
It's
when
true
it
because
That
when
when I
when
when
it
I
when
when
it
I
what
went
all
on a
boils.
date with this guy right here, he invited me a date to go to the movies. I go and he asked me to drive. I'm like, I was irritated. I'm like, you want me to drive?
Wait,
You
wait, wait,
invited me.
wait, wait,
Oh,
wait.
you invited
She
me
came
to
to
the
my
movie.
house, and I was like, "Oh, can you drive?" She was like, "What?"
Because I liked him. I was like, let me see where this is going. But I was irritated. I didn't even, I wanted him to, I didn't even want to talk to him no more at that point. But
See?
we're already in motion. So I'm like, you want me to drive when I tell, and then not the one down the street. I think we had drove out like 40 minutes. Like now you in my car, and this is my gas, 40 minutes. And he better have paid and got everything else we wanted out the movies, because at that point I wanted to just leave him on the curb. But I didn't.
I'm glad you got a good personality.
I tried something different now. Ooh, because that would have been me a couple of weeks before prior to.
But you
Absolutely
know,
not.
there's a learning experience behind that. Sorry, but so I just spent the weekend. Well, Saturday last weekend, I went to the crawfish festival with my daughter. Right,
Ooh.
all of a sudden now she's gas conscious. Right, we in the little bug. We on the 405.
Her new little car.
I'm like, turn on the air. Like, roll these windows up and turn on the air. She was like, Daddy, that's my gas. So I was like, what? But I then told her, like, listen, a man is gonna do what he's supposed to do. I understand it's gonna burn some gas. We're gonna go to the gas station. Don't even trip. I got you.
Right.
I got you. But don't lead out with that. That was my educational tip for her.
Okay.
Don't lead out with that. I'm your father. I'm gonna always be there for you. It might not be what you want, but you're gonna get what you need.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna fill up the tank, which we did. Hey, you got
We
a
gonna turn
special
the air
gas
on.
you got to use, and we're gonna turn on this air.
Turn on some
Shoot,
air.
you got some extra gas. But I think the whole thing is men and women are afraid, as I continue to say, we done said this about for the last 5 years. We are afraid to love on each other openly.
Mm-hmm.
And for the ones that can benefit from it and that are doing it, I applaud you. I give you the kudos. But there's a lot of us living in fear because I ain't about to drive. You ain't gonna run my gas out of my car. I got to go to work tomorrow.
Hey, but
Okay.
guess what? Ask her who drive now.
Right. All
Who
right. I
drive now?
already know.
Who drive
What you
now?
do?
We both drive.
No, but who drive?
We drive majority of the time, but I feel bad sometimes. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna drive today. I
That's
haven't
it.
done that.
Yeah.
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 So
I want to do
there
my
was there was
Yeah.
another comment about a man should be excited to provide for his woman.
Yeah. I
I,
remember
seen
that
that.
one.
I seen that too. I
I,
agree
I'm
with
gonna
it.
say this: a man should be excited to provide for a woman, given she's deserving. All women don't deserve that. I'm not. You're not gonna treat me like crap and then expect me to still be excited about providing.
Hey, that's why Barry, what's her name? Barry 51. She said, "Pick better."
Pick
Pick
better.
better. Yeah.
Pick
Shout
But
out
you
better.
don't
Barry.
know until you go through something.
Pick better. That's what I'm trying to
You don't
say. Like,
know
why would I cross the broom with you and I don't even like how you acting right now? It's a no.
Right.
because people
We don't need
change.
to be together.
People
Look,
change. They might have the best intentions in the beginning, and life happens.
Well,
And then do you see their true colors? So sometimes you don't know how deep the water is until you get off in there. But you
right.
got to get in the water first to find out.
I will say this. Men do feel great, or this man feels great when you do some things for that woman, if you will, whether it be your child, your daughter, your girl, your wife, whatever. We feel great when we do those specials. We going to, somebody said steak 48. I ain't never been yet, but we going to steak 48. We going to a premium restaurant. We not going to the Sizzler today. We
Hey,
going over
hey,
here.
quote, Sizzlers is fire. Stop
Hey,
it.
Oh, I'm not
Sizzlers
mad.
is fire. Hey,
Oh, okay.
Sizzlers
Okay.
is
I
fire.
still
Look,
eat Sizzler.
My bad.
But it ain't steak 48. It ain't Roof Chris. It ain't
it ain't
Fleming's.
Nobu. It ain't Nobu.
It ain't that, right? But when you have the capability of treating that woman to something like that, like we about to go blow $400-500 at a table for some dinner and a drink or drinks, appetizer, main course, maybe a dessert, and the check come and they say four and some change, and you got to give about $60-70 on the tip. It feels good. It feels good to be able to do that. Then again, it feels good to be able to take your family to Sizzler. It's all on me, everybody. I got it. Mamas, aunties, uncles, everywhere. I'm paying for it today. Okay.
We
So
going Sizzler.
Hey,
that's
We
provided
going
that the
Sizzler.
appreciation is shown. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I feel good when I do it. Let me personally, I like to take my woman out. I like to bust down a $200-300, $400 tab. I like that for the one who deserves it. Because
right.
I have done it for some that did not deserve it, and I did not feel good about it. I really wanted to ask for my $200 and bust this in half. You know,
Can we go Dutch?
can we go Dutch? But like you
Oh,
said, every
gee.
circumstance, every situation is different, and I, you know,
Yeah.
I got a
Um,
I really have a question. So, because we throwing out these prices, and I'm gonna keep on going back to it because it's still all about materialism. What if
yeah.
you take that $300 that you spend at this steak joint and go to the grocery store and spend that much money at the grocery store? You know how much more food you'll have? That's why I was saying live inside your means, date inside your means. You see what I'm saying? Eat inside of your means. Now, if you can afford to go and spend that much money at a restaurant that probably ain't doing nothing different from what Big Mama and them did back in the day in the kitchen, then go ahead. If that
all
makes
right,
you feel good, that's cool. Is it that you can do it, or is it because you can afford it and you know why you can afford it? Is that what's making you feel good about it?
all right. Let me
That's
let
my
me let
question.
me piggyback on that. If I get in here and slave over this stove and cook the cornbread from scratch, make the steak just how she like it, medium well, seasoned real good, and all that, and it's not appreciated, I'm not gonna feel good about cooking that meal we went to the store to get.
But what made you think it wasn't appreciated? How do you know?
Well, if
You
if,
eat
if
it?
I'm not getting my ham hocks on a paper plate naked in some high heels, it's not appreciated. If I'm not getting those,
Whoa.
And I
no, I'm
digress.
just using that as an example because that shit.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
I'm just
Anyway,
saying because that was
Oh
it.
my God.
But realistically, you know if it's
However,
appreciated or
uh,
not.
however, I'm gonna do this and then we're gonna wrap this up. The disconnect from the past to the present. Long gone are the OGs
Mhm.
that will come to your lady or to the lady's house, shall I say, with groceries to put in her refrigerator
Are you
for
talking
her
about
to be
Uncle
able
Jim
to,
Jim?
huh?
So you talking about Uncle Jim Jim that used to come to the door?
Come on, he come with the bags of groceries. That's when you really came with bags of groceries, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because mama was going to use them groceries to cook the meals that he was going to be partaking in if he was there for the weekend, if he whatever. Long gone are those days. We not doing that no more.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us don't even have groceries in our refrigerator because why? We always eating
Going out.
out.
Mm-hmm.
We got to go containers in our refrigerators.
Stacks.
So I ain't telling nobody what to do. I'm just saying softly but out loud. Maybe we have to revamp what we've been doing. Maybe we do need to spend a little more time. I'm gonna come get you, girl. We're gonna go to the market. We're going to the market for what? Get them groceries. Maybe your dude is a bachelor living cat. You open up his refrigerator, all he got is condiments and water. What you doing, young lady? What you gonna do? You gonna come in with some groceries? I ain't saying you got to fill up his refrigerator, but can you bring him something to cook for today and tomorrow for y'all to eat or whatever? We don't do that kind of stuff. It's where we going to eat and throw the plastic to go containers in the refrigerator. Now, any final words from y'all? We've been going on and on. We is an hour
Right.
and a half in. Any
Oh,
final words? I appreciate everybody that is still here holding on. I dig y'all. I appreciate you. Irma's in the building, you guys. I do want to say this before I let y'all say your final words. Congratulations, Irma. Congratulations, Alvin. They are officially engaged.
all right.
And
All
I
right.
sure hope that I'm sorry I ain't got the oh yeah. I sure hope I get that invitation in the mail. Don't have me beating up my mailman. That's all I'm gonna say. Anywho, final words from you guys. Final words.
Learn yourself, love yourself.
Mhm. Nobody else? Anybody else? Yeah.
Wait, what happened? Final words?
Final words. Final words.
Oh
Final
man,
words.
I just gotta say, man, love all y'all blessings. Pastor Devin, you did that.
Oh, come on, man.
Dope boy, you always on point with me, bro.
Ah,
Appreciate it.
Uh, all I can say is really, man, be better today than you were yesterday.
ooh,
Yeah.
there it is. Okay. Ladies.
I'm pushing for black love. I love to see power black couples
Wakanda forever.
communicate, talk about
Wakanda.
it.
All right.
Don't let the stuff build up. Catch
Right.
it right at when it's right at hand.
Look at that. Peaches and herb, y'all. Peaches and herb.
Peaches and
Right
herb.
Fuego, anything?
Um, I think invest the time in picking your risk.
There you
Mm,
go.
Oh, I like that.
There you
Mm,
Wow.
go. Ah, I like
that
that.
way.
I
Okay.
like
That
that.
way.
You
Hey,
got me on that one. You got me on
Yeah.
that one. And I'm gonna leave you guys with my final words of this.
Lolo said, "What about her final words?"
I'm sorry. I didn't know if she. There we go. Go ahead, Lolo.
Or I should have said choosing your risk, but either way.
Pick them wise. Same thing. Pick and choose.
Hmm.
She
We ain't heard a
muted.
word you said. That's why I didn't hear. We ain't heard you, ma'am. And I didn't mute you. Shooby doo.
So what she said,
Oh,
what she's saying is everything that Doughboy said is right.
She did not say that. She
That's what
absolutely
she said.
did
Y'all can't
not
read the
say
room.
that.
we don't hear you, ma'am.
can't
We
hear
don't
you,
hear
though.
you.
She didn't say
What
that.
the hell? What is
Y'all
that?
crazy.
I don't know what's going on with her
Can't hear
mic.
you.
We can't hear you. I don't
See,
know.
Doughboy is the truth. That's it. You saw it. You
You hear
saw
me
it.
now?
Throw your hands up.
Yeah, we hear you now.
Oh my God, I'm having issues. So what I was gonna say is crazy, similar to what Fuego said about the choosing. Well, trying to choose better on who you want to take that risk with, and then communicating. Because some of the things that were said was like, oh, if we go out and I ask you when we're out already, after you asked me on a date, whoever did the asking should be the one prepared to pay on that first date, especially. And then we get there and oh, I ain't got no money. That's never cool. And I had that happen to me true where I had to drive. It was funny. But I think if we just communicate better, both sides on what your expectations are before you put yourself in a situation like that, it goes a long way. That's choose your risk. That's all I had to say.
All right.
That part. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me see here. Before I say what I got to say, Black Love, baby. Papa Sims. Papa Sims. Okay, he got the nugget. Papa Sims says, "Don't let love use you."
Fire.
Oh,
That's fire.
don't let love use you. PK, final words. She says, "My final words. Nobody wants to be a sucker for love, but everybody loves to."
Fire.
Everybody.
Oh,
That's fire.
Everybody love it.
whoa!
Everybody love it.
Hey, no
Everybody love
comment. I'd rather be. Okay.
it.
Wow.
Hey, as your legal counsel, I advise you.
I
Ah,
can say nothing else at that station. No.
Nobody wants to be a lick for love. Everybody
oh
wants to
Yeah.
my
listen.
God. Wait for love. My
Love the
final words is this, y'all. Really, PK, I love you.
That's a good
Scooby
one.
Doo. My final words: be humble, be gentle, be kind.
Shooby doo.
Shoot, be do. Learn it, y'all. Learn it. From the desert to the sea and to all the cities in between, we bid you all a good night.